I typically tend to invite them to my distro so that they can see that in fact it's not dead, and more people, a variety of ages, are still making zines and reading and participating in print.
Yeah, it's funny because, like I said, I've been doing this for 28 years, and when I graduated from college, people told me that newspapers were dying. So 28 years later, they're still here. So I'm kind of counting on the millennials who like everything vintage to think that newspapers are cool again and start subscribing. But I do think if newspapers go away, the physical print product goes away, I think that just digital will keep getting better and better. So I don't think newspapers will go away, but it might change the way we read them.
How do you react to when people do to say like that print is going away and print is dying, and they try to...
Yeah, it makes me crazy because, for me, like I said, for me, people have been telling me that my whole career, but I run into people all the time who read the newspaper, who get their news from the newspaper, who clip out stories and send them to their sister in Iowa, and so as long as people want to read newspapers, I hope that we have them. And also when people talk about journalism, dying because, there's so many other options out there, or people don't want to read news, I just don't think it's true. I think that people are getting much more sophisticated about how they get their news, and they're starting to recognize that newspapers are credible sources of information. And there's a lot of stuff out there, and it's hard to know who to trust, and I think people know they can trust us.
Well, I think people who believe print is declining, I think there's a certain amount of truth to that. I mean, you just have to look at the numbers. The advertising revenue is not there, is not what it once was. The circulation is not what it once was. But print is still pretty strong. It provides a significant portion of our company's revenue. And it's a significant part of a lot of people's day. We sell over 200,000 copies every Sunday of the Arizona Republic, and people tell us it's an important part of their day. So I think, while it's certainly not as robust as it once was, it's still a vital part of a lot of people's lives.
I don't think it'll ever go away completely. When I was in graduate school 30 years ago, it was very much a Chicken Little thing, and the way people talked about it, you would have thought within 5 years print would be gone. I think that print will always be around, but I think that the way that it's funded will change, because you see a lot of nonprofits coming in and grants and fellowships funding journalist salaries as opposed to media organizations, and I think that that's how we'll continue to fund the media in general, whether it's digital or print. And yeah, the print product will shrink, but it won't ever go away. I say, yeah, it may not ever be dead completely, but it's dying. It is. It's hard to watch.